Hi, my name is Mac Reed. I'm a member of the Fire Station Building Committee. I'm here with Mary Brolin, who's the chair of our committee, and Fire Chief John Kivlin. And we're here to try to answer many of the questions that we've been hearing along the way during this process. Chief, why does Boxborough need a new fire station?
Our fire station's over 50 years old and it's met its useful life. We need a new fire station not only to meet the needs of the community, but to meet current safety standards and to meet our equipment needs that are going to ultimately help us, help you, and help the community.
Mary, did the town consider adding on to and renovating our current fire station?
Yes, we did consider a renovation, but it's really not feasible. As the chief said, the fire station is very old, and if you go take a look at it, you can see that it just doesn't meet the needs of the firefighters. Additionally, if we were to renovate, we would need to meet current codes and standards, and then it wouldn't be cost effective to meet those within a renovation. So we decided that a renovation wasn't feasible.
And how are the fire station space needs determined?
We worked with Context Architecture, our consultant, to help us design the space needs. They worked with 3 of our fire chiefs over time because this has been a long process, and most recently with Chief Kivlin. And through that, determine the needs of the space for staffing and for operations. And through this, we also looked at what is needed to meet the current codes and standards. They determined that a new fire station would need to be approximately 24,000 square feet. Understanding that this is a figure that has a grossing factor in it that accounts for stairways, walls, elevator, things like that. Within this 24,000 square feet, about 65% of it, or 15,600 feet, is for the apparatus bay. That's where we store the fire engines and the ambulances and equipment. The remaining space is about 35%, or 8,400 square feet, and this is for the administrative offices as well as the dormitories. We need to understand that in our town, when firefighters are on shift, they have multi-day shifts and they actually live in the building. So there's dormitory space as well as some living space. And there's also space for an emergency management center and training room and things like that. So that's how we come up to the 24,000 square feet. I will say that we expect in the design phase that this will be reduced as we know more specifics about the site that we're on. And in fact, with the 2 sites that we're looking at, one site is down to about 22,000 square feet and the other site is just over 20,000 square feet. So the 24,000 is an estimate at this time.
Chief, could you talk about the need for a triage room?
Oftentimes when people have an emergency, they could be on the road traveling somewhere, or they could think they could make it to the hospital on their own, and they find out that they can't. So oftentimes the next best thing is to drive directly to a fire station. So this happens quite a bit and we refer to it as walk-in medicals. So what a triage room would enable us to do is, as someone comes in through the main lobby, we would be able to take them right into a treatment room. Picture it like an exam room at a doctor's office. We'd be able to start all of our medical treatment right there, transfer them to the stretcher, and then transport them out to the ambulance bay, load them into the ambulance, and get them going to an appropriate level of care at one of the local hospitals.
Chief, why does the fire department need a combination emergency operations center and a training center?
There are countless hours of training that we're required to do by numerous different agencies, federal and state. Having the training room will enable us to do that in-house. We'll be able to do it without interrupting our operations of the fire department. Right now, we have to take the trucks out of the bay at times just to conduct training. So we'll have trucks outside the fire station running in the rain, in the cold, in the heat. So this will enable us to be able to do the types of operations and trainings that we need to do in a dedicated room, meet the required hours that we need to meet both state and federally. It will just make us a more effective and efficient fire department. There've been countless studies that show that just training alone reduces the amount of on-the-job injuries that occur within the fire services. So again, making us more efficient, making us more injury-free, getting us better at our job. As far as it doubling as an emergency operations center, currently the town doesn't have one. We don't have a modern facility that has modern technology where we can meet collectively as town leadership to help Boxborough manage its way through any type of emergency, whether it's a natural disaster or if it were, say, even as simple as not simple, but a cyber attack. The town has to be take an all-hazards approach to mitigating emergencies, and the EOC will give us a place to meet that will give us the technology and the equipment that we need to be able to manage things appropriately for the community.
Thank you for tuning in. Click on the subscribe button so you can find out the next time a new video will appear.